Now you can hear me, right? We got sound back? All right. So first, let me say welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me repeat my intro again. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is PURPLEXEDQT. Thank you, Rhonda. Exactly. I'm going to get to all that. So, welcome everyone. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I do have subscribers on, but you only have to be a thing like 5 minutes. A subscriber for 5 minutes. So, how you guys doing tonight? Did not plan on going live again, and then I got a whole bunch of emails while I was trying to wrap something. I got a whole bunch of emails. You got to check out Chris. You got to go to his channel, blah, blah, blah. So here we are. So let me just say this. I am not one to bash any other channel. I didn't do it on the channels that deserve to be bashed. I'm not going to do it on other channels. But when you have somebody that pulls in 12,000 people on a live, and you're using blatant clickbait and you're fucking lying to them, and if you don't know this isn't BRIANLAUNDRIE, then you should not have ever been a fucking detective. I am not a detective. I have never been a detective. I play one on TV. I never even played one on TV. I play one on YouTube. At no point do I have any credentials of being a detective other than knowing Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey are innocent. But all bullshit aside, I don't have any credentials of being a detective. He does. And I cannot believe that he would actually go live with 12,000 people in his live and spew this bullshit. I expect it from J, K. Those kind of people, I would expect this kind of clickbait. This kind of bullshit. Not somebody who's supposed to be reputable with 12,000 fucking people in their live. All I'm going to say is Michael Crow. That's all I got to say. That sums up Chris McDonough. He does get a ton of traffic. Tons of traffic. But if you go to... I don't want to jump too far ahead. This isn't going to be a long live, but I don't want to jump too far ahead. But let's break this down a little. Now, are you guys familiar with the Michael Crow case? That is a case that Chris McDonough, and I looked into this case pretty heavily. Chris McDonough was one of the detectives. He used the Reed technique on a 14-year-old boy who was completely innocent of killing his sister. If it was up to Chris, this guy would be locked up for life. It was proven he was completely innocent. It's an extremely interesting case. There's a movie on it. There's a made-for-TV movie on it. There's documentaries on it. Look it up, Michael Crow. It really speaks volumes as to who Chris McDonough is or was as a detective. Okay, not bashing him. I'm sure he's got a good record. But a lot of people are under the misconception that, and I'm not saying this about anyone in particular, I'm saying in general, as a general statement. And of course, it's not going to apply to everybody. It's only a select few. But some people are under the misconception that the police, retired cops, retired detectives are here because they want to be. No, they're here to make money. And the general public falls right into it. Not all of them. Again, let me stress, not all of them. But as a general rule, if they have monetization on, they're here to make money. And when I see 12,000 people in a live, I'm sickened that people don't see this bullshit for what it is. And people inserting themselves into things. If you don't think they're doing it for money, you're sadly mistaken. If they weren't doing it for money, they'd be like Tiffany and not even have monetization on. But some people are fooled. I want to know, again, I'm giving an overall. It doesn't include everybody. I know certain people donate a lot. I know Gray Hughes donates a lot, but he's not a detective. I believe Duty Ron donates a lot. So again, this isn't everybody. But one of the reasons I stopped following Chris McDonough is I asked in Discord, and I'm sorry I'm not looking at chat, but I asked in Discord, I said, how much has he donated to the Summer Wells Fund? You know, all this money he's making hand over fist, how much has he actually donated? I got booted for it. Really? Yeah, I got booted for it. And I got an answer of, well, he donates his time. Who gives a fuck about his time? We all donate our time. He chose to do that. Nobody told him to go there. He chose to go there. So that is my, and I haven't spoken about this publicly. Patreons and stuff, no, but I really haven't spoken about this publicly until the bullshit I saw tonight. Because again, I expect it from Critical K or Jay. I didn't expect it from Chris, although I should have. So he had turned around, and I just want to know how much of all this money he's raking in that he's donated to the Summer Wells Fund, Brian Laundrie Fund, anything. You know how much he's donated? A big fat fucking zero. That's right, a big fat zero. With his 12,000 people and everything else, and everyone suckered into believing that he's something he's not. He is doing this for money, just like everybody else. All the cops that are doing it to earn money and nothing else. They see one earning so much money, so another one comes on. Hey, guess what? You could build a YouTube channel. You could make money with your experience. Again, let me stress, because I'll say it 1,000 times. Not everybody, but a lot of people. So, with that said, tonight happens. And with tonight, he's got over 12,000 people. Yeah, he's just like any other YouTuber. He donates to his own foundation. Okay. So he then makes a clickbait title that says, I found, or something along the lines about finding Brian Laundrie's secret Twitter. What? So I happen to look. Now, I was there at the very end of his live because I didn't see my Twitter messages until then, but it was at the very end of his live that I happened to catch on. So then I backtracked because he was ending. So then I backtracked and I saw that he was showing somebody's personal Twitter account. And he picked up certain messages from this person's Twitter account. And I'm sitting there going, that's not Brian. Have you even bothered to look at the account? Or did you just scroll through it and pick out stuff that could possibly relate to anybody on the road? Yeah, that's what he did. But to clickbait this with 12,000 people and show this person's Twitter, you can tell it took me 30 seconds to look at 5 posts of this person's account and know that it wasn't his account. I don't even think it's a male. I'm pretty sure it's a female account. You can tell in the way they're writing. And again, I'm not a detective. I've never been a detective. I have no credentials of being a detective behind me. And yet, within 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds, probably 15 seconds, I knew this wasn't possibly Brian Laundrie's account. So please explain to me, Chris McDonough, why you told 12,000 people that this innocent person's account is possibly Brian Laundrie's secret Twitter account. It doesn't even look like a male behind it. Trek, Trek, is a bike company. That's a bike. That a lot of people drive. I own one. That's a lot of people ride them cross country. So a nomad, what does nomad mean? Nomadic is a very popular name. A lot of people carry that name. Nomadic Trek isn't fucking Brian Laundrie. And Brian Laundrie is not sitting there posting pictures of Gabby. And he's not hanging out, posting while the whole fucking world is looking for him. But yet, here's Chris posting this person's account, posting his or her private, not private, but Twitter account. And then you have the comments of everybody warning this person, like, look, this idiot just went live with 12,000 people watching and showed your Twitter account. This person is an introvert. Chris implied this person is a homicidal killer. Seriously, this is what Chris was saying. That just because this person's an introvert, that makes them a homicidal killer. So now this poor person's Twitter account, people think maybe that is Brian. And this person's going to get heavily fucking attacked over this. Why? All I hear is Michael Crow. Yeah, but Strawberry, don't you understand when you put something like that out to 12,000 people, you don't think people are going to fucking attack them? You don't think this poor innocent person is going to get attacked? Are you kidding me? Full on hypocrisy. How could you even fucking compare? This is like stupid. How do you even compare showing somebody's personal Twitter to 12,000 people saying they might be a killer to me saying about who called CPS on me? Are you really this fucking stupid? Like, you must be this fucking stupid. He shut his comments off now too. I'm sure he did. I was so ticked off when I seen this. He is so wrong. It's ridiculous. You don't do that. This person, Brian Laundrie, is not just some stranger. The whole fucking world is looking for this guy because we believe that he killed somebody. He killed America's sweetheart right now. Probably the most loved missing child out there at the moment. The whole world is looking for her. And now the whole world is looking for him. And you put this out there to 12,000 fucking people. Guys, wake up. Chris is doing this for money and money only. He don't give a shit about you, me, subscribers, nothing. So anybody that's fooled by him, stop being so fooled by him. Because it's just making like people like this innocent fucking person on Twitter. Now this innocent person is going to get attacked for being a fucking serial killer or being a killer or being a psycho that the whole world is looking for. And there's this account just posting on Twitter pictures of Gabby. Get the fuck out of here, Chris. Shit pisses me off. It is so irresponsible. It's his own foundation. He is bored on that foundation. It's some person. It looks like it's a female. Perplexed 101. It looks like it's a female. All they do is post pictures of Gabby saying how fucked up it is that this happened to her. The FBI across tons of state lines are looking for Brian. Do you think he's sitting there posting on Twitter? Like, are you fucking that dumb? I can't with dumb like this. I just can't. This shit pisses me off. And it pisses me off that there's 12,000 fucking people watching that are in awe by the lies he says and the bullshit he says. I'm sorry, but this shit gets me heated. Heated. Hey, Bless. Hold on. No, he showed who it was. What? He showed who it was. Oh, you're saying that's the real people? No, I don't think so. Yes, that person. Oh, okay. Either way, we still know it's not her. I mean, it's not him. FBI is looking for Brian, and that's good. Focus needs to go back on Summer. More Gabby is gone. Let her rest in peace. Like I said, attention needs to go back to our Summer. I never really covered Summer. I really do hope the FBI shuts him down. Just put him back in the box he crawled out of. It's just sick. Hopefully a person of that Twitter account will come forward. Well, a lot of people are leaving messages on it. A lot of people leaving messages. I just think it's disgusting. You can't be irresponsible like that. There's 12,000 people watching you. If I say something like that, or if I make clickbait or some bullshit like that, I only have a couple of thousand that'll watch the video. He gets more in 2 hours of his live than I get in, since making a murderer. So in one video. So if I say something like that, it's irresponsible. And I don't get a quarter of the views he gets. Not even a 16th of the views he gets. And even I wouldn't do something that fucking irresponsible. And again, I'm not a cop. I'm not a detective. I've never been a detective. I don't have that kind of clout behind me. And being that you are an ex-detective, you have to take responsibility and think about what you put out before you put it out. Because it's disgusting. I had 38,000 views and people all over the person. Exactly, Tiffany. Why should they shut down their Twitter account because some moron didn't do the research and made them a target? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I thought he was definitely on a tangent. It's disgusting. Like, this person just posted on Twitter. I think the FBI can get a hold of Twitter and know if Brian Laundrie is posting shit. Like, how? Why are you this dumb? It's just disgusting. It's not Brian's account, Melissa. Believe me, it's not Brian's account. I would bet my life that it's not Brian's account. 199,000% it is not Brian's account. It's already linked back to a huge YouTuber who go on the, road and, travel. And it's not Brian and it's not Gabby. Exactly, Northern Light. That's my point. And what if someone found out who they are and don't care what anyone says, just rolls with Chris accusations and someone gets hurt? Exactly right. A quick search. I see his account was at Burning Man for about 3 days, if that helps. See, that's what I'm saying. 3 seconds. Just look at the account and you can see this is not Brian Laundrie. It's just 5 seconds. But now Chris made this person a fucking target. An innocent person who has regular posts just like everybody else. Absolutely disgusting. People are so gullible. I agree. It's sick to me that 12,000 people bought into this. Like, Chris, be fucking responsible. And like I said, I am not one to call this out. I never plan on going live. But this is the kind of shit that frustrates me. This is the kind of shit that gets under my skin. This is the kind of shit that makes me continue to do YouTube. And to weed out all this kind of clickbait garbage. And to put it out there like, Chris, admit it. You're here for money. Stop the bullshit. You're not here to find missing children. You're here to fucking make money. Own it. Melissa, a lot of people don't interact. A lot. A lot of people on Twitter just post without interaction. It has become a gross circus. I totally agree with that, Morgs. Makes it hard for me to listen to. I feel bad, but I just can't. I'm telling you, it's frustrating. I personally believe Chris did and said what he did tonight for a reason. Yeah, for clickbait. Don't let him kid you. If you think I'm kidding, go watch the Michael Crow. Go watch stuff on Michael Crow. Then tell me how Chris does this. People believe the empathy from police and fire. Unfortunately, it's just for the money and control. It's exactly right. That's it. Subs live matter. Like, I give a fuck about Chris. I'm not even sub to the guy. Other YouTubers report the same thing. Of course. People will run on it. Absolutely run with it. Thank you, Tinker. Doesn't Chris have some kind of pension? I have no idea. I'm sure he does. But somebody may have told him, hey, ex-cops are making a fortune on YouTube. You should jump on the bandwagon. What I did think was funny, I got a little funny story, though. Yesterday, my friend Goldie, or a couple of days ago, it turned me on to another ex-cop, this Ken Maines. I like him, though. He did a show on Investigation Discovery, The Hunt for the Zodiac. He's blown up, like 30,000 subscribers in like 3 months or something, I was told. But I happen to like him. He's got a dry sense of humor. But I'm watching one of his videos, and he talks about Gray Hughes. And it seems that Gray contacted him, telling him he knows nothing about the Delphi case, which is kind of funny because this guy's like a real detective. Like, he really did work for the FBI. He's not like just an actor. And here's Gray telling him that he knows nothing. I thought it was kind of funny. Exactly. I ride no one's coattails. But I thought that was kind of funny. But his channel is Unsomething No More. Oh, can someone help me out? What's his? It's Unsomething No More. Someone has to know. It's not Unmasked No More. Hey, Andy. Unsolved. Thank you, Shortcake. Unsolved No More. He's got a very dry sense of humor, but he's good. Like, I like him. I can listen to him. So, yeah, Unsolved No More. But just check it out. It's a pretty good channel. And he's honest. He's like, I don't work this case. I've never worked this case. But, this is my opinion. It's just my opinion. You could just tell, like, he's just different than the others. I don't know why. I just feel like he's different than the others. I only watched him a little. Like, I only watched a couple of his videos because I don't really follow some of the ones he was showing. But right, Crystal? He's, like, different than the rest of the cops I've seen. He's different than the rest of these retired cops. When I watch him, I don't get the feeling he's doing this for money. I get the feeling he's used to being in the spotlight, maybe, but I don't get the feeling he's doing this for money. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's not the impression I get from him, like I do everybody else. Not everyone else, but a select few. Melissa, I don't know why you think it's okay what he did, what Chris did. It's not okay. It's disgusting. And, this isn't somebody who... that's why I said I'm not including Duty Ron. It didn't include everybody, and I said that. I just can't pick out who not to. This isn't like this person said something bad about me on TV, or this person said something bad about me, and, like if Duty Ron said something bad about Gray Hughes, per se. I'm just throwing them out there because they're two on my mind, and then Gray Hughes went live about it and talked shit about Duty Ron, or vice versa. And you put that out there to 12,000 people. I get that. Okay. You know, mistake, but no harm done. I can live with it. But you don't put out to 12,000 people some innocent fucking person who's done nothing but post, about their life and their trips. And for you to put that out there and make them a target as a killer, FBI's #1 target right now, that's fucked up. You can't do that to innocent people. You just can't. And talk about innocent till proven guilty. You told 12,000 people who this person was. Or not who they were, but who you think they could possibly be. They could possibly be the biggest killer, the most wanted killer right now. They could possibly be Laundrie. That is so unprofessional and so second grade. Again, I expect that from Critical K or J's for Justice or something like that. That's who I expect that shit from. I never expected it. I wouldn't expect it from Duty Ron. I wouldn't expect it from Gray Hughes. I wouldn't expect it from Chris. I wouldn't expect it from that. But here we are, and now this person's being fucking targeted. And possibly have to shut down their Twitter account. Great job, Chris. Great fucking job. Hey, Cinnamon Hot Hot. I agree. Disgusting. He's losing it. It's just disgusting. Back when I come into your lives, I hear double for some reason. I have to reboot. Oh, you probably have me, because I have it on desktop, so I changed it. It's just gross to me. Let me see. All right, last time I checked, let me see where his account's at. Has he gotten followers? Maybe lost followers. But he posted just 13 hours ago. We can't negotiate with nature. Okay? Not only did he suggest it was Brian's account, Chris analyzed this person and claimed either way he was homicidal. Like, what? That's what we're doing now. Exactly. But Laura, Chris is saying the FBI found that. I don't believe that, because the FBI would not tell Chris, who has nothing to do with the case, what they found. That is a fucking lie. That is a blatant fucking lie. It's irresponsible putting a target on this person. Damn right. Put his life in danger. I'm so pissed. Exactly right. The FBI would never tell Chris what their case was about. Even if he was best friends with someone in the FBI. They cannot legally do that. And then Chris is going to tell the whole world what the FBI has on Laundrie. You can't be this dumb. How does this man have 12,000 people in his life? Are people this dumb? No, that's complete and utter bullshit. Because Chris causing a lot of problems in the Wells case, the FBI is not going to tell. Either way, the FBI is not going to tell him anything. Why is a retired cop on YouTube? Go play golf. Hey, Dawn Marie. I'm not buying Brian as any. Yeah, this person posts. Whoop. I just lost it. Brian Anton came in. Here we go. He's now, let me just tell you, dude has gotten 101 followers in the last 15 minutes. 101 followers in 15 minutes. Thanks to Chris. He's actually deleting comments. Because there was a whole thread about it. I agree, Cinnamon. Even if the FBI wants to tell someone they should, that's exactly what I'm saying. And if it was,
well, there was clothes in the dryer on Friday. Where
they're
did
on
they
the
go?
couch.
On the couch.
Mm-hmm. Hey Sandra, even if he knew somebody at the FBI, okay? Let's say he knew somebody at the FBI.
All right.
Do you really think that the FBI gave him approval to announce it on YouTube? You can't be this dumb. That's like, I do not doubt for 1 second that Duty Ron still has connections in NYPD. I don't doubt that for 1 second. And if there's something major going on, I don't doubt for 1 second that he can't make a phone call and say, hey, is this true? Okay? And they'll confirm or deny. Because I know retired cops that can still call in, or, high ups can still call in and get some information. But they're not going to bout to report it on YouTube just so they can earn money. So not only is Chris a liar, but for him to even say bullshit like that is even more sick and disgusting. Gotta love those channels delete comments and block people so they can't comment or comments to be seen. First of all, you wouldn't want Brian to... Exactly. That's exactly right. People need to be checked with info coming out. Info and people... Many people want the money and the fame. Oh, I agree with that. But I'm saying there's no way in hell that the FBI found that page and gave it to Chris, and now Chris announces it on YouTube. People can't be this fucking dumb.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, hon. I love you.
Love you too.
Chris was analyzing his Twitter posts as if they were Brian. Exactly. Shout out to Emily Alvarado. Emily Alvarado in the house. I don't know who she is. She could be a serial killer for all I know, but I did it. He cost the state of California several million by his abusive treatment of Crow child and family when he wrote a book. Oh, is that what happened? That's like saying, well, here's his address. Might not be him, though. Exactly. The FBI did not tell him that. It is so obvious not Brian. So obvious. Hey, cut a fish. He analyzed posts as if there was something was wrong with that person. Exactly. Like I said, to me, it seems more like a female than a male. But September 21st, they wrote, now a homicide. Speaking of Gabby, all of the missing murdered victims of domestic violence. That's not really something a guy would write. That's a girl. Then they wrote, the root cause of pain and suffering lies in our own ignorant, short-sighted, overstimulated, and undisciplined state of mind. That sounds like a girl. They even reposted, somebody was inside and closed the back door of Gabby Petito's van. When caught on YouTube August 27th near Spread Creek, wish they had stopped to say hi. Nobody should die for love. That's a guy. I mean, that's a girl. So sad, Gabby Petito. Best quote perspective were short-lived bony meat suits who created social constructs like credit scores so we can worry about something other than the fact we're hurting through the uncaring void of space on a rock orbiting around a giant flaming ball. Life is neither meaningless nor meaningful. It is. Meaning is a mind thing. That's not Brian Laundrie. Like, you just can't be this dumb. No federal No federal statutes or regulations bar photography of federal property from publicly assisted locations. Photojournalism. Someday on the road, in the middle of nowhere, one can only hope and pray. Alien abduction. Stop, take a breath, observe within and around, proceed. When you trust people more than they deserve, they will hurt you more than you deserve. This is a girl. I mean, I'm sorry. This is a girl. Goal. High intention, drive, energy, goal, values oriented. Plus low attachment, ease, calm, focus, stability, grounded equals outcomes. With the energy to find a new way, it doesn't work the first time. There's nothing you can own or possess that will create happiness. Any such happiness you experience is temporary or fleeting. This is a girl. The Michael Crow case is legendary. It was a sick case. I looked into that after I heard about it. Sick. Help Stam cryptic for come help her. I couldn't tell you much about it. It is female logic. I totally agree. Threatening rant to someone while on another creator's live. I don't know about that. Rules of happiness. Don't worry, don't hate, give more, expect less, live simply. Do we really know freedom? If conformity is all you know, it is the only freedom you can relate to. And they post like every day. Every day, every other day. I mean, there's nothing in here that reminds me of BRIANLAUNDRIE. Nothing. Rules of happiness. Get a nice set of abs and a fat bank account. Hell yeah. I'll go with that one. Do we know why Chris left Mike with profiling evil channel? I don't. I never even looked into it. Find Brian fund, help feds. You mean fund Brian's fund. They now have 114 more followers. It's just aggravating to me. I just... You can't be irresponsible like that. You just can't. Not in today's day and age. I'm sorry, but you can't. And it frustrates me that he's got all these people hand over foot throwing money at him, believing his bullshit when it's nothing but clickbait bullshit. It's fucking aggravating. Maybe just he was making more money with this Santa. How many times does Krish... These are words to conditioning the human brain to believe it's true. Oh, I agree with that. Just like even with Summer. When he, I really believed him at first. And I liked what he did at first. But as I said from the beginning, he wasn't helping find Summer. He was fucking trying to build a channel. Plain and simple. What did he do? Nothing. So he went and interviewed them. I could have done the same thing. I should have. He didn't do anything. He didn't help. He's not on the case. He didn't do jack shit. We're not any closer now to finding Summer than we were fucking before he interviewed them. Not at all. All he did was make it worse for the parents. Made the parents look even more shady. There were several posts from Burning Man, nothing to do with... I know it's not BL. When Sam posted the wrong name, I even made a comment, Trek is not the same as Nomadics. I agree. It's ridiculous. This person, I'm pretty sure, is a female. Or maybe a gay male. It's possible it's a gay male. He hindered the Wells case. I agree with you. One life, he did help race quite a few months. Huh? All he did in the Wells case, stir the pot, do damage, and left. Pretty much. On another live, you mean, not life. He did help the Melita family raise quite a few $1,000s for their search. Oh, is that the Asian family? Myra? Is it his sister? No. Definitely not. This is a traveler. April 14th, morning BFF and a pick of coffee with a heart hashtag screams female. Thank you. I do. I think it's a female. I looked at it for like 10 minutes and knew it was female. Or believe it was a female or a gay male. All he's trying to do is fatten his bank account. I totally agree. The account is 5 years old. Oh, is that... See, I didn't even look that hard. Though it sounded like some Gabby would have said, this person spoke a lot about control. Yeah, exactly. That was another thing. Narcissists don't speak about their own narcissistic behavior. They don't. That's a female thing who's been burned by somebody. Highly unethical. I agree. Totally agree. Thought the exact same thing. Even the pictures that the person took were beautiful. Looked like a female would take it right on. You are correct on that. I can't believe he did this for clickbait. Exactly right. See, I don't agree with that, Brittany. I don't think their stuff is sick. Maybe I got a sick mind. I just don't think anything they're writing is sick. Try listening to someone talking to you for 10 minutes or more without thinking of what you're going to say, without responding verbally, without offering suggestions or brainstorming solutions, answers. Just try it. How is that sick? I don't think anything in here is sick. But, I mean, I haven't looked through everything. But I don't know what you're seeing that's so sick. Maybe they were burned by somebody. Maybe... Lori, that is not true. Whoever told you that is a liar. He is not active LE. You're welcome, Shar. Someone has to. The only reason why I don't want to give it out, I don't want to be the same hypocrite that I'm, stating and giving out an innocent person's thing. But if you go through Chris's video, if it's still up, you can see the name. Just take what you will from other creators and throw the rest to the wayside. Sickening to see how this happened to an innocent person, and now, I know, like, they're accused of being a killer. All the retired LE who have a YouTube channel distance from Chris, he's only able to get people from his foundation on to speak with him. That's interesting. I really don't watch him. I haven't watched him since that donation question. He said the FBI will be knocking on the person's door now and was pleased. The FBI is not knocking on anybody's door. Without having facts, now this person could be dealing threats. Exactly. That live was odd and was I don't know what JW is. This person obviously has gone all over. I'm assuming they're bikers. You know, Trek bikes. The only door the FBI is knocking on is Brian's parents' home. Exactly. I mean, this person posts continually. This is not like they post every once in a blue moon. But I can't even believe that he said that the FBI found this account. That is such bullshit. And if they did find it, they didn't think anything of it, and they gave a right to Chris. Okay. Here, Chris, tell them that we know this is Brian's account to 12,000 people. Okay. Or if, 50,000 or whoever watches the video. Okay, Chris. People will believe that. Yeah, actually, 12,000 people believed it. Not 12, but a lot of people are going to believe it. All those panel guests, I think they're getting in 15 minutes. But yeah, I don't know. John Wall's saying to be able to off himself. There you go. That's another one. It's always FBI talk. Exactly, Huck. But I mean, what I think Chris did, Chris went through every single post that this person made over the last 5 years and picked out a few of the worst things they ever said. Again, without knowing context, because I'm already back to August. There's nothing wrong with this person's account at all. Like literally nothing. Maybe they had just broke up with a narcissist, so they were posting about narcissism. It's not rocket science. But people need to wake up. Kristen really helped Maya Millette, by the way. She's still not found, and I'm sure the money raised is depleted now. Well, let me tell you, I joined a year of his website or whatever. You get nothing. You don't even get emails. There's nothing there. I mean, it was only $35, but I did it when I actually liked him. There's nothing there. Like, people don't talk. You don't get anything for it. You don't, nothing. And there's like 300 people that were in there with me. And you got absolutely nothing for it. I washed it off, $35 here. He's dealt with so much scumbags. Look what happened to his son. See, I don't know what happened to his son. I did hear his son, he lost his son though, right? Wasn't it, he was in a car accident? Or something I heard? Which is horrible. Nobody should ever lose a child. Nobody should ever bury a child. Ever. A lot of Twitter posts are cryptic. I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with this person's Twitter posts. I'm all the way back. There's nothing wrong with their Twitter posts. I actually kind of like them. Chris fucked up with that poor kid. Now he fucked up here today. I agree with that. Hey, Tommy. It's just disgusting. And I apologize to my friends that like him. But I was so pissed off today. Son was murdered and beheaded at the age of 8. Ouch. How? What happened? Was he a cop then, or is that what made him become a cop? No, a couple of people in chat did. Tabitha. Oh, John Walsh. I was talking about Chris. I know about John Walsh. The whole world knows about John Walsh. Yeah, I thought you meant Chris's kid was beheaded. Because Chris lost a child too. But I think it was a car accident. Not true. Chris' son died in a car accident in his early 20s. That's what I thought. Yeah, you guys have me confused. But yeah, no, I know John Walsh's story. It was a major story. It still has nothing to do with tonight or him telling somebody to off himself. You just can't do that. That's not professional. Why is it the perpetrators who have rights but the victims don't? Just sick of this crap. Well, my theory of that... Oh, I'm sorry, Bad. Come on, Milton. We don't give a fuck about these people. Why do you think he's reckless like this? Do you think he's losing it? Or I think he's doing it on purpose. I think he's got to figure... Hey, Columbo. I think he's got to figure out how to keep 12,000 people interested. That's what I think. I like and respect many that go to his chats and one or two others I don't. I just know too much and can't support him. Most of the people in chat I see on other platforms and they are amazing. The FBI wouldn't even give Chris a time of day. Much confident. I totally agree, Deborah. Totally agree. Thought he was just pointing it. No. Did you see his title? That he found Brian's secret Twitter account? Or a possible secret Twitter account? To be putting out speculation as fact, shame on him. This will do nothing but hinder the case. As usual. Who said... John Walsh said for Brian to off himself. Trail would be a bad choice of location. Stay hidden. It's very busy at the time of year. There's a video... I hope I don't get hit for it. But there's a video one of my Patreons posted, very interesting, about the place that they've been looking and why they shouldn't be looking there. Let me see if I can pull up the video. It's very interesting and so true. Dog knows where Brian Laundrie is. Dog, sit the fuck down. You're worse than anyone. Tell me, it's like saying Robert De Niro. Hey, Robert De Niro. Do me a favor and tell me all about Godfather, because you know all about the mafia because you played one on TV. Get the fuck out of here. Where is that Fox News thing? Who posted it? Where did I see it? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I thought it was Patreons that posted it. About the Fox News, and why Brian couldn't possibly be in that marsh, or whatever. Hang on. I feel like Dog was trolling, so disrespectful. Oh no, he heard money. He heard $30,000 reward fund. Fox News. Oh, maybe it was on Twitter? Where the fuck did I see it? Fox News. Laundrie and I can't find it. Call reserve, that's what I'm looking for. Why Brian is not... Here it is. There it is. I got it. I found it. Alright, hold on.
At State Park. This is your main entrance in and out, vehicle-wise. This is where everybody comes, parks their bikes or their horse to ride the trails and all. And the location of Brian's vehicle was basically across from that oak tree right here on our left is where he had his vehicle parked, to our best of our knowledge. When it rains, it all comes up from Mayaca City, Mayaca River on down and flows this direction. And that side stays a lot wetter until we get it over here. This is what you would find in that 25,000 acres of the Carlton Reserve, except for a few high spots where the power lines are and a couple roads they have in there. And even the couple roads they have in there are massively underwet, just totally underwater. There's no surviving out here. I don't know how to say. I ride ranches. I'm out on horses all day with the dogs when we're working cattle. We've got water to us in our saddlebags and all, but we're out here, out there riding for 12, 13 hours a day, starting at daylight. Time we get in at night, I don't see anybody can make it out here for 10 days, 5 days. There's no water supply, there's no fresh springs, there's no stores available, you know, unless you go 12 miles either direction. There's just no possible way. No possible way. The mosquitoes would carry you off in the first night. If you can imagine how wet this is, imagine how wet that is. Well, I've been here most of my life. I've worked these lands since I was 15 years old. I used to run a ranch in Frostproof, 20,000 acres when I was younger. And I have my own places and cattle and stuff. So I've been in the woods in and out all my life. I'm no bounty hunter, I'm no tracker, but I have helped them look for things that have been missing a few times. And they did ask me a couple questions about the area over here, because here a while back I had some cattle get out and I had to go find them, and the land was very wet like it is now, just as very wet. And when we were back there, so what we did is we ran up along the creek on the high bank where we could with our horses, and we looked for areas that were dry, because of course any animal or human is going to go look for a dry spot before they stay in a wet spot. I've seen them go in and come out on these ATVs muddy from daylight to dark, eaten up by mosquitoes. They have been working their butts off to do everything they can to look for Brian. You know, in my understanding, they just, I mean, I see them out there, I see them come in, you know, they're wearing full gear in this heat and humidity. And, you know, I can't appreciate it enough of what they're doing for us. This terrain here is 90% underwater. There's no place habitable. I mean, you know, if he packed a backpack for a couple days, yeah. But, you know, unless he's got hide like a gator, nobody's going to survive with the mosquitoes and the bugs and this and that. And then we have the theory of people saying, oh, the gators have eaten him or something like that. You know, again, gators out here are more afraid of you than you are of them. You walk up on a gator 90% of the time, boom, they tell it and go the other way. Anything dead you find in the woods, you're going to look up, you're going to see buzzards flying like crazy. I've been on a horse, I've been in a car, and have seen buzzards down the road, 50 to 100 of them, pull up on them, and it's nothing but a squirrel. So, you know, you have a dead body out here, yeah, that is decomposing everything and rigor mortis set in, you are going to see buzzards on it. You are going to see buzzards on it. There's plenty of people that know a lot more than I do, but I have learned a lot in my life. And one thing I know is nobody's going to survive over there for 2 weeks on foot. My mind, I would have been talking to everybody trying to find my children. There's no way I couldn't imagine losing a child. I couldn't imagine having a child missing like this. I would go nuts. I wouldn't be out mowing my yard, I can promise you that. That's the last place you'd see me. I'd be out there right now looking for him, if that's where I thought he was.
Wasn't that a good video? I don't know. I liked it. I agree with him, though. There's, I don't know how many of you guys have ever been to Florida, but this is the summertime. It doesn't get cool in Florida till like November, December. It's treacherous there in the summer. It's hot. It's humid. There's bugs. There's lizards. There's crocodiles. There's mosquitoes. All that dampness. He's right. There's going to be so many fucking mosquitoes. Nobody could live in it. Nobody. You could stay in there for a little while if you're under full gear. He is not there. I do not care what the FBI says. I think they're dumb. He is not there. Everybody who lives there will tell you, you cannot survive in there. For this long, there's no place you can survive. Unless you're in a fucking submarine. Maybe he's in an underground submarine. If he's in an underground submarine, he might be safe. But other than that, he's not there. I don't know why they keep looking there. I just don't. So, Deborah, didn't they report him missing a few days? Yes. They reported him missing, like on Friday when he went missing on Wednesday. When they got his car on Wednesday. So like I said, I think what they did, I think that he may have told us, if his parents don't know anything. I'm not going to make them guilty before we know. But if his parents really didn't know anything, he told his parents he was going for a hike. He'll be back later that day. 2 days later, nothing. But I think he was gone long before that. Gators ate him. It's possible. There was a murder like that. I was listening to it one day. I was mowing the lawn. That some woman killed her husband and said that he got eaten by gators. It's really the perfect crime. Prove they didn't. You're not finding anything. She eventually got caught because she never got rid of his ID and stuff. But it's perfect crime to kill somebody. Just feed them to alligators. You'll find nothing. But make sure they have their ID on them. Do you think he's still alive? Yes, I think he's still alive, but not anywhere near there. I think he's long gone. I don't know if he fled the country. Is the Steam title about Chris going over what he said about a secret Twitter account from Laundrie? It wasn't earlier. It was just from an hour ago. Makes no sense that he would go for a walk or hiking, but his parents still didn't report him missing. Went to a national park and aliens got him. You never know. But I do think he's alive. I just don't think he's anywhere in that area. I think he's far away. Carol Baskin feed her ex to a tiger. Allegedly, I think. Is that the one where she buried it? No. Maybe she did. I don't remember. But they fucked up the ID. Then they threw his ID in afterwards. I don't remember. Brian will go to the opposite of where they're looking. Come on, why would they tell? I know, but I'm sure they have covered all over. I just don't think he's there. He is long gone. All right, my personal theory, how I think this really went down. I'm going to assume his parents are not involved, okay? We got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Innocent till proven guilty. I will make his parents innocent till I'm proven otherwise. But what I think happened, I think that there's a third party involved. Brian took his car there. Like, he told his parents, I'm going for a hike. I'll be back later. Because remember, the Mustang's allegedly his mom's car. So he went and told his mom that, you know, it's taking the car. You could pick it up Wednesday. If I'm not back by Wednesday, come get the car. Because I don't think he called her. Because there would be record of it if he called. But he didn't even have his phone, so he couldn't have called. So let me backtrack. He told his mom, if you don't see me by Wednesday, come get the car. The car will be here. If you don't see me, that's where the car is going to be. Okay, because remember, he left without a wallet and he left without a phone. The only way you're leaving without a wallet and a phone is twofold. You're either going to kill yourself and you don't need it, or you have an escape plan. So I really believe that there was a third party involved that took him somewhere. Where, I don't know. Took him somewhere. Dropped him off. Wherever. Maybe the camper or somewhere. But some third party took him somewhere. And that's where he is now. He just has to hope that the third party never says a word. Or he left the house and he committed suicide. It's the only two answers. I think an ex-girlfriend is hiding him? Nah. He won't last long on the wild Appalachian Trail, maybe. Heck of an assumption. It's not really an assumption. I'm just giving what I think could possibly have happened. Cassie's husband was the last seen with Brian at the Laundries. Cassie's his sister. His sister hasn't spoken to him, though. I think you're right. He disconnected to everything, and Gabby, when she postponed their engagement. I don't think he's in the U.S. I don't know if he is or he's not. They say he was going to meditate, but maybe he was going to medicate. It's possible. I don't really think an ex-girlfriend is hiding him. It's somebody that he trusts tenfold. Otherwise, that person could turn on him at the drop of a dime. At any given second, that person could turn on him. It's a risky move for it to be someone else, but somebody got him out. And I would say he hitchhiked, but there's no way. How could his parents not know they're complicit? They may not know. You know, they may have told him, Brian, we don't want to know. Don't tell us anything because we don't want to know. If we don't know anything, we can't say anything. You know, we can't crack under pressure if we don't know anything. Bounty said Mexico has cartels that will kidnap you. They want the ransom. Oh my God, Bounty's an idiot. No Mexican cartel came and kidnapped him. And I'm not saying you're an idiot. I'm saying Bounty's an idiot for putting that out there. Because no Mexican cartel kidnapped him. I think that Ellie could have took him in for some questioning. Oh, absolutely. But hindsight's 2020. They know they fucked up. Believe me, don't let people think that the FBI and they're doing all this manpower because they care about Gabby so much. It's because they fucked up. And they know they fucked up. And they have to make it right because they fucked up. And this could come back to them. Gabby's parents can sue them. I mean, I think they can. There's just so much stuff that can go on. This is an ego thing. This is a protection thing. It's not just because Gabby is so incredibly special. This is an ego. They have to find him for their own fucking heads. And their own egos. No idea he said it went to me. Yeah, that's so dumb. Yeah, they fucked up. This is not about Gabby. This is about their egos. I don't care what anybody says. They fucked up big time. And they know it. You know, and a lot of people have, like, you know, I understand that Gabby became America's sweetheart for multiple reasons. But she wasn't a big YouTuber. When the story first broke, they had less than a dozen inquiries into her, looking into her. But it started going more and more and more, and then everything picked up. I read a whole thing on it yesterday. It has nothing to do with Gabby being so wonderful or what makes Gabby more special than any other missing person. Or a murdered person. She's not. But LE knows they fucked up big time and they have to correct it. They have to find Brian. Now it's like, now it's been so long, they're not going to allow Brian to escape the FBI and the whole world and, you know, every police department. They're just not. Sad as it is, it's true. I have a feeling Ellie were basically waiting until Gabby's funeral, and now that it's done, it will open up more, all sorts of things. I don't agree with that. I don't think they have anything. I really don't. If they had something, they would find him. I don't think they have anything. I think this 23-year-old kid, you want to call him a narcissist, killer, whatever, but this 23-year-old man was able to do this. Even if he's dead, he was able to escape the FBI. Not many people can say that in 2021. I mean, really, they really can't. Just like most people will never get away with murder these days due to DNA testing and everything else. That's another thing. Why did the FBI need DNA samples from his house today? Do you not have DNA samples? I'm assuming it has to do with the autopsy, but did you not have DNA samples before John Walsh went on live and said that he should off himself because he's definitely the killer? Think about it. So it took you till today to get DNA samples, which tells me you didn't have any DNA samples of Brian? It just doesn't add up. True, a young kid got it over local police and FBI and basically everyone. Hell yeah. FBI needs a win. FBI blew women's gymnastics. FBI interviewed the Boston bomber. FBI interviewed Pulse nightclub shooter. FBI interviewed Fort Hood shooter. Good point, too. Did that right time Gabby's service was going on? Yeah, I just can't figure out why. Why would they need DNA samples now? She's already been cremated. What do you need DNA samples now for? Hey, Tawny. Thank you. 40% of murders went on. Did it really? I thought today's day and age, everybody gets caught. Not like it did, then. Sure appeared to me they forgot to get what they needed the first time they collected evidence. I think they did a swab on parents' DNA. But no, it was Brian's DNA. But I'm saying, wouldn't they have had... Hey, Rad, wouldn't they have had Brian's DNA already? I would assume they would have had DNAs, that they would have had his DNA already. They would have no doubt needed it when a body was found for a testing. Exactly. It makes no sense for them asking for it today, especially after she's been cremated. Heard the family just had an empty urn at the FBI stole as a body. Not sure. No, well, I can't say if that's true or not, but I found it odd that they cremated her already when they don't even have Brian. I had said that it just doesn't seem right to me. Why would they cremate a body before they even have Brian? What if they need something from the body? What if, so it wouldn't surprise me. They should have had his DNA from the van. That's what I'm saying, Monkey's Mind. It just doesn't make sense. I can't figure out why they needed his DNA today. At first I thought maybe he was dead. Maybe they found him dead. They want to confirm it was him. But they're saying the search resumes tomorrow. So they didn't find him dead. Or maybe they were planning something. I don't know. Now I heard on the news the FBI stole his body. Okay. I would assume they probably should. Didn't they clean the van out when he returned? And probably did wash it. I'm sure. But he may not have killed her in the van. So if he didn't kill her in the van, or if you want to get, what's the word I'm looking for? It's possible that they found DNA under her fingernails that isn't his, or found something that marks somebody else and they wanted to double check DNA with him. That's possible too. Maybe they were thinking they found his DNA elsewhere like other victims. It's possible. Hey, Rachel. It's definitely possible. He didn't have several days scrub the van. If she died on the 27th, he was home on the 1st. I bet a murder charge will be officially announced this week against Laundrie, and the DNA was the final puzzle piece. I don't know. It's possible. Duty Ron said her ashes were in a gold urn at his memorial. Other comments said FBI still has her remains. Conflicting facts for sure. Well, I saw Duty Ron there today. I mean, he was there. They could have also given her part of her body. I've heard that happens too. Well, they give pieces. Maybe they just, I don't know. It's possible they took enough stuff from her, but I don't know. I would just think before, I guess if it was my daughter, I want them home too and want to bury them, but I would just think that if it is a, before the perpetrators even found, that you would want to keep her body for evidence for any little thing. Empty urn at memorial. I don't know. Speculation is that he killed her where her body was found. I believe that too. I kind of think that too. I don't think he dragged her or anything. Now, why they were in the middle of where they were, I don't know. That I can't tell you. Columbo, I agree with you that it definitely, the FBI has more info than we know, but they are still wasting a lot of money and manpower looking in these woods that he's not in. So I don't think they have as much information as we would like to believe. That's just a personal feeling. I would hope it was empty. I mean, not for the family's sake, but for the simple fact that, they never know when you're going to need the body. They could need, a piece of her. But the news reported that she was cremated. I feel like there's got to be a reason why they're still looking there. I don't know. I agree with you, Columbo. Logically, there's a reason they're still looking there. They must have some kind of evidence that points to him that he's there. But it's been too long. It's too long. There's no way that he's still running around those woods. No way, no how. I agree, Columbo. I said that earlier. Maybe they're going to upload his DNA to all the genealogy websites. Yeah, but they should have his DNA from the van. They put out false info a lot to throw people off in case they're getting info out the cops don't want criminals to know. I agree with that too. Will they ever find it? Exactly, Edward. I said that too. That even if he gets caught, he will never be able to get a fair trial. There was a small campfire at the site, so he may have lured her out there. It's possible. Despite the Petito's family desire to cremate her body, this has not yet been possible as the FBI continues to investigate how the girl was... That's kind of what I said. That was, Rosie, that's the same way I was thinking. Like, I just can't see them doing it. The funeral takes place with an empty urn. The information is from Fox News. It makes sense to me. Because when I heard she was cremated, I'm like, how is she cremated already? What if they need the body? What if they need something from the body? How can they do that? They don't even have the killer yet. So that makes sense to me. Article says a body has not been released. Okay. Yeah, I just heard it was cremated today. So I'm glad to hear it wasn't. Is it because DNA is the special... No, it seems they didn't even have a warrant. That was one thing that the news reporter I was watching was looking at. There was no warrant for it. They just went in and asked to get some of his DNA, and the parents gave it up. But, I mean, anything that... I just don't know why they needed more DNA. That, to me, says something. There is something going on there. Aren't her remains still... Her remains are with or with the coroner, wherever the coroner is. The coroner's in New York. If the coroner's in, they had a request for DNA samples. Okay, but why did they need DNA samples? Where do you think he is? I have no idea. I wouldn't even try to guess. I honestly do not know. I just know I don't believe he's in there. I don't think he's in those woods at all. I think he's long gone. Now, do I think that the FBI and everybody's using all their resources to only look in there? No, I think they're looking in other places. They're just not telling us. And who knows, maybe all the manpower they're putting in there is a ruse. Maybe, just maybe, they're really looking other places with 100 people, but they want him to think that they're only looking in there because that's what's being publicized. You know, I have to give the FBI and the police departments and everybody credit that they know what they're doing and that they're intelligent people and, you know, they have a long history of catching people. Maybe it's all one big ruse. And that's possible too. He will, well, you're right about that. Used a credit card on the 30th after the time of death is started by PD. They are staking the house. No, news reporters are staking the house, not police. Police aren't even there anymore. It seems they opened the roads again. The FBI follows a process to officially dot their I's and cross their T's. I agree with that. I agree, ruse, impossible to live in there. It's very possible. It's just one big ruse. It is. And 75 people really aren't that much. But if all the money, if everybody thinks that's the only place they're looking, Brian will slip up somewhere else. And in their mind, they're probably like, you know, well, we're going to catch him when he does. I don't doubt that either. He is the most wanted person out there. They have at least one police officer there just in case reporters. Yeah, but why did they keep him away? FBI is lining up the case to prosecute. They have to catch him first. I mean, they already have an arrest warrant for him, so they're ready to prosecute. They're ready to bring him in. Underground bunker, it's possible. See, someone left a comment for me. I don't know if it's true or not, but someone left a comment for me stating that the, that my theory on the two campers may be dead on. They said something about with the neighbor or somebody. I don't know if anyone can confirm this, but the neighbor or something didn't have, that camper is a different camper than what was there originally. I haven't been able to look into it to see if that was true or not, but somebody left a comment about that I may be pretty dead on about they switched out campers. Yeah, they won't release cause of death. I mean, the people that need to know already. Her family knows. I don't know if his family knows, but the lawyers know, like the people that really matter, the family, they know the cause of death. We're just nosy and we want to know, but her family knows. Yeah, underground bunker. He may not be in Florida. He had plenty of time to get away. They could have switched because that type of bed camper doesn't need a plate. Exactly. But that has been my theory. That was my theory from jump. That I really think that they left with one camper, even if it looks the same, but they left with one camper, set him up with it, and came home with a different camper. That's my theory. Do you think the parents got involved as soon as he got back to Florida? Yes, I do. What about the trip he took back to Florida? I don't believe that trip. There's no proof of that trip. I really believe that was written by a troll and people ran with it. Because if you look at any reputable source, there is nowhere that he went home. His father doesn't say it when he talks about it. Her family doesn't say it. That was written by a troll, and there's no proof of it. No proof about a storage unit. No proof about any of it. He's apparently someone who can live off the grid in the woods for months. Yeah, but you have to have a running stream. You have to have water. Camper's also in question. I did. It's been my theory from day one that I really, if it has something to do with the camper, and they really did go camping, they went camping to switch him out, and he's safe somewhere in a camper. He could be right under their nose, or he can be very far away. If you believe what the neighbors say, that has him gone for 3 days. 3 days, you can get pretty far in Florida. You can cross anywhere in the Gulf Coast. You can do Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas. It's a lot of places to go. Texas is a big place. All the places to go within 3 days. You know, and that's just setting them up. There have been tons of videos and zero of him being spotted in any airports or any planes. Switch action, absolutely. But the timeline detail about coming home was from Gabby's uncle. Was it really Gabby's uncle, or was it a troll claiming to be Gabby's uncle? Because there's no proof of that at all. There's no proof that he ever flew home. No reputable news have ever reported it. It's not on any timeline that's reputable. I'm not buying it. Wasn't it her uncle on Facebook? And how would her uncle on Facebook know? Nobody else has talked about it. When the father went on Dr. Phil, never mentioned it. Just said he bought her a pizza. I'm telling you, it's not true. There has been no reputable timeline that talks about it. Not one. And I don't believe it. I think it was started by a troll. It was posted on TikTok, so it's true. National news did not report it. They did not. Every single national timeline, it was not on there. Believe me, I've looked. It was on a recipe card someone posted. Uncle's page never ever had it posted. Thank you. It was on a recipe card someone posted. Uncle's page never ever had it posted. Thank you. Brian knew that he had the cops backing him, that he was a victim. That is true, Deborah. They bought a new camper. A person who sold to them would have come. Sarah, it doesn't mean they bought a new one. Maybe they switched it out with somebody. Maybe, you know, someone in their family, they switched campers. I don't know. Or maybe they bought it a while ago. Maybe they had two. I don't know. But don't forget, a lot of people may not come forward. And I thought about this last night. A lot of people might not come forward because they're afraid they may be an accessory at this point. So they're not saying anything. That's possible too. Is it confirmed that his parents are not speaking to cat? Oh, I don't know. That I have no idea. Is it true BL lived in Appalachia? That's what they claim, that he lived in Appalachia for 3 months. I don't believe he ever flew to Florida and left her. I don't either. Somebody would have said something. Somebody reputable would have said something. Brian's parents' reaction is so weird to me. See, Brian, let's discuss his parents for a minute. This is where I'm confused. And this is where I get lost at times. Their son is missing, even if he's in hiding. If you truly don't know where he is, he has no phone, you know he has no money, aren't you a little worried about him? Don't you want to meet him instead of with the lawyer? And I don't think by law they can track the lawyer's phone. Is he getting a hold of them through the lawyer? Is there secret words going on? Like, how are you not concerned at all? There's no amount of press that could be outside my house that could stop me from looking for my son. There's just not. So that makes me a little like, how are you not looking? You know he doesn't even have a phone. How are you so calm that you would drive 3.5 hours to meet your attorney, but you're not driving 3.5 hours to go find your son? That's weird to me. I don't think it was an accident because he wouldn't have ran. I think he killed her accidentally, told his family. See, my theory on that is, I thought that too, but he can't call home. Even if he had a burner phone, because that's what I said, maybe both of them have burner phones, but even with a burner phone, you would be able to find, like, I don't doubt they wiretapped the house. I really don't. I'm pretty confident that they wiretapped the house. They would know anything that goes on in that house. And the lawyer probably told them that. Hey, Jenny, I'm sure the lawyer told them, do not ever speak in your house. And I also believe it's why the lawyer met them 3 hours away, because nobody's wiretapping them 3 hours away, where they may wiretap them locally. But if they do a last minute trip to Orlando, they can't get a wiretap that fast. They may have one in the car. They probably have one in the Mustang. I don't know if they have one in the red truck, but trust me when I tell you, they are wiretapped. And a lawyer knows it, which is why he said, meet me in Orlando. There's no way they can get a thing that fast. They would never be able to get approval that fast and bring it out to another county. Can't talk in the red truck, exactly. Based on the grass blade level of the front lawn, he'll need to come back home. So I don't know why they don't mow the lawn. They all said that they're worried he'll hurt himself. Parents have enough money and no people. Sent Brian out, but I honestly don't think... I don't know. That's where I go back and forth. I just don't know. That's why they went to the library. Exactly. I didn't know where their meeting was, but I'm just saying that's why they did it that fast. There's no way you can get a wiretap that fast, where they can locally. Lawyer flew from New York. Yeah, maybe the lawyer thinks that he's wiretapped too. I don't know. But, I mean, the FBI would notice if there was a large sum of cash removed from the bank accounts. They would have already checked that. So they know that the parents aren't wiring money and no large amount of money came out. So I think they did. I think they absolutely have wiretaps on all of their stuff. I mean, why wouldn't they? They would look worried. That's what I go back and forth with it. Because on one hand, I'm like, well, they are prisoners in their own home. And what are they going to do? The lawyer probably told them, say nothing at home, speak nothing. You want to do something, write it to each other. I just can't imagine. Are they looking in their mail? Are they getting their mail? Is there a third party? There's just so many questions. So many questions. They bought camper, had to pay for lawyer. Yeah, but... Oh, it's true. We don't know what it cost. CK9, I thought that too. But, my brother, who is a cop, told me that really wouldn't matter because they would be able to pull stuff from the business. They would, itemize it, show me where you spent this money if there were large sums coming out that couldn't be accounted for. You don't know why they have a mode. Have you seen what's going on right outside? Yeah, but not today. Today there wasn't. But they could still hire somebody to come mow the lawn. They have money. How do they never need to go to a grocery store, though? Well, they can get it delivered. There's only so many smoothies you can make. That's true, too, Columbo, though. If they haven't even gone to the supermarket, has anybody come them? That's an interesting point. Hung out for the library for 60 minutes and did absolutely nothing. Oh, they met his attorney. I think the lawyer's a criminal himself. That I don't know. Or he's just doing his job. Could be a lot smaller sums, though that wouldn't stand out as much. True. Oh, they had grocery deliveries 2 days ago. But they're prisoners in their own home, which sucks. They have a juice bar business, a lot of cash sales. Hey, Pam. Yeah, they had groceries delivered. I mean, I do, in a way, I feel bad for them. Because they're guilty as hell. In a way, I feel bad for them because they are prisoners in their own home and nobody should be prisoners in their own home. But they got to know something. They do. They have to know something. You know, that's what I'm saying. I go back and forth. I toss it back and forth. The mother lost weight. PI said the parents could have drove him to Mexico. It's a 20-hour drive, and others say they think they loaded tools and things for Brian to survive at a different location. I'm apt for the second one. How many times do we scream, don't say a word without your attorney? Exactly. Advocate, I totally agree. I don't think they're shitholes. Imagine if you're the grocery delivery dude, how could you not spit on their lettuce? That's not nice, Columbo. Porter said their camping trip was 600 miles round trip. 600, that's what I'm saying. You could be anywhere. 600 miles would bring you to Alabama. I know this because I dated a guy in Orlando and for a long time and did that trip a lot. It was about 650 miles. So they're very north. So if it was, 600 round trip, so that's only 300 each way. So that's exactly what I said. Hey, Justice, that's exactly what I said. He's somewhere in the Gulf Coast. He could have gone to any state in the Gulf Coast. Come on, give me credit, guys. I keep remembering to hit that mute button so you guys don't hear the vape. I get a pat on the back for that. Good job, Laura. Thank you, guys. I don't know why everyone keeps saying that. I'm seeing the reward at 30,000. Somebody said last night that it was like 125,000. And then thank you, media. And then I can't find anything to back that. Everything I'm seeing, it's 30,000. You know, everyone always told me they can't stand the sound of the vape. So, if I got mute. No, it went up to another 10,000. I heard 30,000. The brother Palmer says, even before Gabby was reported missing, her father was calling them and they never returned. I know, I saw that on Dr. Phil. And that's sad because she lived there. I would have driven down there and be like, where the fuck is my daughter? Yeah, I haven't seen this 125,000 people are talking about. I'm going to look it up. $30,000. That's it. I don't know where people are getting all these high numbers. It's only 30,000. That's it. Who's spreading the rumor that it's like 180,000? The bounty on his head is 120. Who's from where though? Where are you getting that from? Thank you, Pippi Long. Pippi Longstocking. I don't fuck around. Supposedly, it's a GoFundMe. On Facebook, it states it will be turned over to John Walsh with a tip to bringing in BL. It's $100,000. So someone scammed people, started a GoFundMe, and now is raking in the money. Nice. And people fell for it. Just like Chris tonight. People fell for it. It's not. It's only $30,000, but that's not a GoFundMe. I'm not talking about a GoFundMe. I don't know anything about GoFundMe. Oh, it is. Okay, it's a GoFundMe. Let's see. There we go. The GoFundMe is now gone, by the way, just so you know. The campaign not found. So someone took off with all that money. Nice job. When you go to the article, I'll show you guys so you don't think I'm crazy. So this is the article that shows the GoFundMe. Hunt for Brian Laundrie gets boost over GoFundMe campaign raises $100,000. And then you go down and you go to GoFundMe. Campaign not found. So someone walked away with over $100,000. Good job. Sarcastic. Yeah, well, the GoFundMe is now gone. So now it's a GoFundMe. Exactly. I bet there's a hell of a lot more. Let's take a look. Search. Brian Laundrie. 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 These are all GoFundMe started for Brian Laundrie. That one, $100,000 goal, has nothing. Started a day ago. None of these are making money, thank God. Thank God none of these are making money. $5 raised. $20 raised. Oh, it's that easy to scam using GoFundMe. If you do it before anybody else, yeah. So thank God they're not really raising money. But you can see all the ones. Let's see, Gabby. I know Gabby had 2 that were legit, 1 that was not. Oh, there's only 1. That raised $93,000. That one was legit. I think it was legit. He's from North Carolina. They're not from North Carolina. I don't know. But I think this one was legit. Here's one. See how many of these are started, though? That one was started. That's it. Crazy, right? How would you even know who's legit? Some of them do. She lived in Wilmington. Oh, did she? Okay. I mean, I know that was the big one that was legit. I'm just saying. But that's how that main one that raised $100,000 is gone. Speaks a lot. It speaks volumes. They took the money and ran. Family said that Gary right. Yeah, I knew she had 2 of them that were legit. One of them was not legit. Family, yeah, I would hope so. I mean, it looked like he was legit. One Philippine families find a missing child like they had to do. Gabby's dad talks about Gabby's foundation. Yeah, the dad said they were starting a foundation. But I was just showing you guys like what bullshit some of these GoFundMes are. And scammers will get right in there when it first happens, and they'll make money. There were no other GoFundMes for Brian, so they probably did that one. And yep, worth $100,000 organized to aid in Brian Laundrie, and it's now gone. Scammers are sick people. I agree. How can they do that? People do it every day. I mean, look how many accounts are Brian's, let's find Brian. And they're trying to raise money. They're not using it to find Brian. They're using it to line their pockets. Welcome, Tawny. Thanks, Lucy. I'm skeptical of some GoFundMes, too. If 2 million illegals who barely speak English can fly under the radar, Dirty Laundrie should have no problem evading the law. Still kind of hard to do it. Find somewhere else. First time I tried. Thank you, Edward. I never followed. I mean, I did a couple of things on Summerwell. I just never really followed it. That was like Tiffany's baby. Maybe GoFundMe. It's possible, Sarah. It's definitely possible. But I knew the reward wasn't that high. It was like every single newscast is showing it's 30,000. I mean, honestly, the FBI really doesn't need money. That's why I always laugh when I see that. They got plenty of money. They got the government money. I think they'll be all right. Thank you, Tawny. But I think they'll be all right. I don't think they're going to run out of funds anytime soon. Call it a hunch. But I think they're right. Jodi Arias, Casey Anthony. This is worse than Casey Anthony, because at least Casey Anthony, we knew where she was. They have no idea where he is. Which is, I don't know. Every time I look at him, I just get Chris Watts vibes. I know that sounds horrible just because of the baldness, but, and the sad part is, and what reminds me of Chris Watts even more, and I'm going to shut down in a minute, but what reminds me of Chris Watts even more, you can't find anybody that says bad things about him. Even her own family said that he's a nice guy. There were never any red flags, ever. Obviously they didn't tell her everything. She didn't tell her parents everything, but people that knew him, friends of mine that were friends with her, nobody said anything bad. They all said he was a good guy. He was a nice guy. He was a respectful guy, which gives me even Chris Watts vibes even more. They've shut them down. Yeah, but this one didn't say they got shut down. This GoFundMe said it was gone. It just doesn't exist. If it gets shut down, they'll tell you it was shut down. Sign of a sociopath. I agree with that. I thought they switched out campers since the neighbors said they went camping and they never said he returned. No, they said he did return. Eyewitness testimony is one of the weakest there can be. Like, you can't go by eyewitness testimony. They could have their days confused. They could have, their times confused. They could think they saw him, but it wasn't him. Who knows? Brian has skills. He can live outdoors for a long time. He already did 3 months. Yeah, but I don't know. What time of year did he do it in? Did he do it in the summer, fall, or did he do it in the dead of winter? Yeah, I wouldn't trust the neighbors either. So, I don't know. Before I go, let's see if my boy Brian didn't post anything. Oh,
The manhunt continues, but you mentioned it. The focus today has really been on Gabby, remembering Gabby and what her family hopes her legacy will be moving forward.
I want you to be inspired by me. That's what we're looking for.
At a memorial service for Gabby Petito today, her father made clear he wanted her to be remembered for the life she lived, not the way she died. Joseph Petito the world to be inspired by his daughter.
If there's a trip that you guys want to take it now. Do it now while you got the time. If there's a relationship that you're in that might not be the best thing for you, leave it now.
Gabby's family says they're creating the Gabby Petito Foundation to help other families with missing children and to help people in similar situations as Gabby.
Gabby loved life and lived her life every single day.
Gabby's stepfather also spoke at the memorial. He was in Wyoming searching for Gabby and left stones in the shape of a cross near the area where Gabby was found.
I've been up for days, weeks now with this. The love and support from everybody from all across the world is absolutely amazing.
And it really was just an uplifting service. Meanwhile, back here in Florida at the Laundrie's house behind me, the big development here today was the FBI showed up once again this morning, went to the door and took with them an envelope. We later learned from the Laundrie family attorney, he says that they took something of Brian's they needed for DNA testing. Ruta Bay.
And it looks like that's the last development. Someone wrote DNA has to match stuff found at the reserve.
Despite the rain and bad weather here in Florida.
Has to match the reserve. Don't think parents would cooperate if it was referenced to DNA on Gabby's body. They wouldn't even speak to cops about it. Now they're giving DNA samples. Come on now, it's related to a body or evidence. Brian Enton is so funny. When I started on this case, Brian Enton had 30,000 followers. He now has 174,000. Today's updates, we got that already. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else. Hurricane Sam becomes a Category 4. And looks like it's heading for Texas. That's another thing. What's going to happen with Hurricane? Will he be found then? All right. Looks like that's the latest. All right. Gabby's only YouTube video has gone over 5.1 million views. Good for her. She wanted to be a YouTube star. She was gorgeous. All right, so I'm going to shut down, though, because I really didn't even plan on being live this long. Thank you, Rez. I didn't plan on being live this long. If you are a newbie, welcome. I hope you enjoyed tonight's live. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully something will come up and we'll have some info, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Become a Patreon, become a member, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a